Yeah, it's
more
finding those
custom.
people and making sure they have. We have a bad habit as real estate agents. We're A-type personalities. They're entrepreneurs, most of them, and that I run into. And so they just go, 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 go. But if they've got a great individual like you're talking about, you really want to give them the opportunity to really enhance the experience that they're trying to create for you. Really give them the proper training, and I think we tend to not do that. And so having the proper training, I think, is key.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. It reduces fear.
Yeah.
It prepares them. And let me share something with you. Since I'm a CEO of a company like yourself, we have leverage. We can hire and fire, make or break somebody. And I choose with this sort of position to encourage and to move people forward. And so these individuals, and I break the stereotype because a lot of people say, wow, you are so hands-on and you know people's names and you break bread with them. And I say, well, as you and I do, Joe,
Yeah.
we break bread with our people. And I heard how you spoke about this individual prior, so I don't need to remind you. But the greatest thing is with these individuals is it's about maturity. And when they realize that each individual is a unique experience, they might be making their 100th call, but it's the first call for them. And so you really have to take that sort of delicate situation and not be bored with your pitch.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned before, you're becoming plastic and
Yeah.
you'll burn out on something like that.
Yeah. If they don't, what we do is we make sure our agents know the market very, very well. So let's say if you're going to be a multifamily agent in Hollywood, then you better know every property that's on the market, average days on market, average price per square foot, average size of units, everything. That makes the conversation a lot easier because you got all this data in your head that you can give to these people because you're bringing value. And that's another thing. We get so many people that, hey, they'll call. I caught one a couple of weeks ago. His calling was, hey, are you somebody to answer? And he goes, are you thinking about selling your building? Oh, you're not? Okay, thank you. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not going to work.
What's his nickname? Fonzie?
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude. But yeah, it just doesn't work. There's got to be a connection. And I really think, being in real estate the last 10 years it's been really, really good, right? The economy's been booming, real estate's been selling. That's changing. The fundamentals kind of got pitched out the windows when times were great. And so we're going back to fundamentals. So cold calling is going to be a big part of it for a lot of people. So you got to get back
Have
to it.
them listen to their calls,
Yeah.
self-analysis, self-improvement. If they
Yeah.
can take a step back, and I know you were mentioning that you have scripts. If
Mhm.
I make a huge suggestion, not putting the script on an Excel sheet, but you have qualifying questions, at least put them in there. 2 or 3 soft skills, Joe, that has made you successful, like positive escalation, pronouns, name drops,
Mhm.
military alphabet. Since you have me on the phone, I'm sure you like at least one. Those sort of soft skills just to ensure active listening because they are name dropping and they're putting back on the straight line. Grade them. Hall of Fame, call them when you bring everybody together, not just for cake, but for
Right.
training. And when the training session comes, you bring out the call and you watch the tapes like an athletic team does. And
Yep.
since this is an individual effort, like wrestling and boxing, your team knows the plays, they know the moves,
Mhm.
but they're watching an individual, so there's no way to spin it.
Yeah.
That's you. And if your tone is negative, if you're interrupting, we spoke about desert pitching with no oasis, just to take a
Mhm.
breath and a drink. If they're not name dropping or having their name dropped, then we need to pause it for a second and say, what do you think you could have? Why didn't you ask a follow-up question when someone's father passes away and gives the
Yep.
house to the daughter and the daughter is in a certain state? And I've seen people show, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and continue with their next question. They're closers. But
Mm.
I would have stopped immediately
Yeah.
and
You got to create the
pass
connections.
the pitch, from there.
Yeah. Well,